All right, Susan Modeste here. Thank you so much for joining me. And this video is going to be all about Bitcoin wallets. And maybe just going to touch on cryptocurrency, but Bitcoin is generally where I start because it's generally where I recommend that anybody start their cryptocurrency journey. And I just did a video that talked about the basics of getting involved with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. But here, for this video, the purposes of this video, I'm going to assume that you are at least past the stage of getting some actual Bitcoin or just trying to get more information about it. This is going to be focused all on wallets and things to think about with your wallet. So your wallet is where you're storing your digital currency, in this case, primarily Bitcoin that I'll be talking about. And so I do have a couple of recommendations, but the first thing that you want to think about when you are on your wallet search, and you can just really Google, you can ask friends, you can get into a group. In fact, I have a group that I am going to place the link for below this video in the description box. And you can ask around and just get an idea of how things are working for people. And just like anything else that we do in life, a lot of it is going to be based on the referral of people who are using it. So feel free to join that group and ask around. But the first thing that you're going to want to look for in your search is for one where you control the private keys. So what is a private key? You have private and public keys when it comes to Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and your transactions. So in fact, what I'm talking about applies to both Bitcoin and Litecoin, which is like Litecoin is considered a baby Bitcoin. So it's an altcoin. Let me not get too confusing. But what I'm saying is going to apply to both. So with private keys, that is something that is specific and particular to your wallet. And so are the public keys, but the public keys are the ones that you actually send out. So those are going to be your receive addresses. Your private key is going to be almost like it is the key to all the Bitcoin that's sitting in your wallet. So usually private keys are generated at the time that you create the wallet. And there's often I think like 16 words that they make you write down someplace. Excuse me. They make you write down someplace just as security, but it's gonna be 51 digits long, and it's going to be something that you want to secure and never share. So theoretically, if you have it, you can store it on your computer, but I would not recommend that, because if your computer ever got hacked and you had that address anywhere on there, like on a notepad or any place being stored there for you, then if hackers had access to your computer, they would have access to your Bitcoin through the private key. So I recommend literally writing it down. You can create a paper wallet. That is something that you can do. And then you just protect your paper wallet. So you'd want to put your wallet address any place that you would put other really important papers. And just know that you want to protect that like it's money, because it's money. It's a different kind of currency, but it is money, and it's growing in value every single day. So that's how you usually get the private key, the first private key. Then every time you have a send address every time you send that, there's also involving private keys. So, but the main one to just be mindful of is the one to the entire wallet. The receive addresses, those are more like public keys. Those are the ones you can actually give out to people. And if you give out to people, the worst that can happen is that they will send you Bitcoin. They cannot then backtrack or trace back to the private key, even though the private key generated that public key. So hopefully that wasn't confusing. Private keys generate the public keys. for your wallet, and so they're associated, but only in one direction. And it was just brilliant. And this part, I'm not a computer specialist, like a computer programmer, so I can't explain to you the brilliance of this, but I will tell you that the brilliance behind this was that if somebody were to try to figure out your private key, it would take them about 204, and I don't even know this word, travestigillion or something like that, tries. And so of that, how much is that? It's 204 times 10 to the 72nd power. That's how many tries it would take them to attempt to figure out your private key. So that is the beauty of and the security in Bitcoin and in Bitcoin wallets. The key to that is you have to hold on to your keys so that nobody can ever get access to your Bitcoin that's sitting in your wallet. As long as you can do that and you keep it, just in case anything ever happened and you needed to access it, you would have it. Okay. So as far as the wallets that I recommend that I know that you will be controlling the private keys for, a couple of them come immediately to mind. Blockchain is probably one of the most popular wallets that people are using all over the world. And you have the ability to generate a private key using blockchain. So if that's the one that you have, make sure you get that private key, you hold on to it, and you're in good shape there. Then you also have Exodus. And if you wanted to look it up, Exodus, you can just look up Exodus wallet and we'll come up with exodus.io. And I actually really, really, really like them. So I would recommend that really everybody consider having that one. And that's for two reasons. You control the private key, but also you can store multiple types of cryptocurrency in there. And once you start with Bitcoin, then it's a natural evolution, it seems, that you're gonna wanna start dabbling in some others because it's a good thing. Maybe again, I'll talk about that in another video, but it's a good thing for us to have these altcoins because they actually strengthen Bitcoin. And in some ways, they kind of taken, if there were weaknesses with Bitcoin, I'm very biased. There are very few weaknesses as far as I'm concerned, but it's not a perfect currency. So there are some. And whatever weaknesses they had, some of these cryptocurrencies are able to kind of improve on that, which also makes the programmers, just want to step up their game and gives them like things that they could add to the Bitcoin code. Again, I don't know the technical side of that, but it's all a good thing. And so as you want to dabble more in other currencies, you also want to be able to benefit from the rise in the valuation of those currencies. If you have the Exodus wallet, you can store multiple ones in that wallet. You control the keys and you can exchange right there in your wallet. So you don't have to go back and buy those others from somewhere else. For example, you have Bitcoin stored in your Exodus wallet and you wanted to get Litecoin, Ethereum, Monero, Dash, Decred, I like. You wanted to get all those, you can just use your Bitcoin from within your wallet to exchange for those others, store it right there. So that's Exodus. Only caveat, it's only desktop. So you're not going to be able to take it with you portable. Mycelium. Mycelium has been around for a long time, and that one you also do control your private keys for. So highly recommend it. BitPay. I actually like BitPay a lot. BitPay was my first wallet, and I was lucky to have picked it because when I picked it, I didn't know anything about what I'm telling you right now about private keys and all of that. I just did what it told me, it set up, and I just listened really well. And then, once I started learning more, I realized that this was one of the ones where I did control my private keys. And it was just so easy for my transactions. It's just like an easy one to have on my phone with me so that if I need to make any kind of transactions, I can just do it really easily. And it works seamless for me here in the United States. And it's expanding, but you would have to check and see if it's available in your country. The other thing that I like about BitPay lots of things. But the other thing I really like is that they have an associated Visa debit card that you can just get for like $9.99, I think it is, that you pay right out of your Bitcoin wallet. And then they send you this card and you just load it using the funds that are in your Bitcoin wallet, and you can use it anywhere that you would use a Visa debit card. So couldn't get easier to use your Bitcoin than through BitPay. So I really like those. So I've named 4 for you, and I did that purposely so that I made sure that I also spoke to the international audience. So to just review, there's Blockchain Wallet, Exodus Wallet, Mycelium Wallet, and BitPay. There are many, many more. And again, feel free to join the group, ask about it. Don't get too caught up on that at the very beginning, because you can always change. Okay, and then all you would do is transfer your cryptocurrency, your Bitcoin, to whatever wallet you really, really ended up liking. But if I had to say bare minimum, and this is probably mostly for the people in the United States and Canada, I would say Exodus and BitPay. If you do those, you're covered. Everything that you would need in a wallet and can be covered with those 2. If you're outside of the United States, then maybe Blockchain and Exodus. So I hope that was helpful, and please feel free to leave me any comments in below the video. Also connect with me at that group and connect with me on Facebook, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.